Today's agenda is about screen captures on Windows. So we'll talk a little bit about why do screen captures. We'll talk about the Windows tools that are built into Windows. We'll talk about a shot or capture versus a recording, because you can record activity on your screen as well. And we will take a look at how things work in Word and PowerPoint, some other tools there. So screen captures can be really convenient. They help you remember things. I know some people take screen captures of slides during Zoom presentations and slide presentations, but they're also a great way to help you communicate something to someone. If you're trying to show somebody something or explain something to somebody, using a screen capture, either as a shot or a video, really helps them understand things a lot better. So they're a useful tool for communication, which is why we use things like YouTube a lot, and we look at a lot of step-by-step instructions that have screen captures in them that make it really helpful for us to understand things. I did a simple screenshot of a Google search, something we probably all use every day, and a screen recording of a Google search. So a screenshot is a point in time, just a specific instance. So I did a search for lunch places near me, and I just waited until I typed it in. Then I snapped a screenshot of that screen, and then I recorded the search while I was doing it, while I was typing in. And you can see how it looks a lot different as you go through it, and you see how the motion is being tracked and the activity is being tracked as well, to show not only the results and other things that are happening as well. So a screen recording can be really useful, particularly for people that are doing any kind of training or instruction or presentation. A video recording, just a few seconds like that. I mean, I think that was maybe about 20 seconds long. Really can be helpful. And so I'll show you how to do both. And I do both a lot. Okay, so let me get to the next slide here. Okay, so there's a lot of options in Windows. There's the print screen key, there's the snip and sketch tool, there's the snipping tool in Windows 10, there's Office apps, the Edge browser, the Xbox game bar. And so we'll get around to most of these. We may not get to all of them, but we'll talk about some of the ones that are the most important ones to use. And one of the nice things about a Windows keyboard is typically has a print screen tool, which is really convenient to use. Your button might be in different places on your keyboard. I went to Costco yesterday and I looked at different keyboards on different models of computers, and they've got a print screen key in a variety of different places. So you might have to look around to find, it might have print screen completely spelled out. It might just have PRT-SCN as a key. And as soon as you hit that key, you have captured everything on your screen, and your image is saved to the Windows clipboard. And then you can paste it by using Control-V or pasting it into any application like Paint or Word or other things like that. Then you can save the file image and save it as something. So that's the print screen key. It's really fast, but it takes the whole screen. Okay, it doesn't give you any options for anything other than the whole screen. There's also a way to capture the active window by using the Alt key and the print screen key. That'll give you the ability to just capture whatever window you have active. By active window, like if you're working on a Word document, or if you're looking at a website in a browser like Chrome or Edge, it'll capture that active window, and then you can paste it into something else. It puts it in the clipboard. What you find typically happens in Windows is that whenever you do a screen capture, it typically puts it into the clipboard, and then you can paste it into another application. Now, there's a difference between the snipping tool, which was what on Windows 10, because somebody mentioned they had Windows 10, and snip and sketch. Snipping tool did screenshots. It let you do a free form where you could drag and choose the area you wanted. Lets you do rectangular. Oh, I've got a typo there. I didn't catch that. Lets you capture a window or the full screen. And you've got some basic annotations that you can do with the snipping tool. The Snip and Sketch has a few enhanced features that they introduced in Windows 11, and it has a delay timer. It has more annotations like a ruler and a protractor, so you can measure and line things up. It incorporates a keyboard shortcut, some advanced editing, and Windows 11 kind of combines both the snipping tool and the Snip and Sketch tool. In Windows 10, the Snip and Sketch app is available, but it's a separate app. It's not going to automatically launch when you use the keyboard options that I mentioned. But they're there. So Snip and Sketch is used by using the Windows key, the Shift key, and the S key. It's one of the easiest combinations. So if I usually have a lot of Post-it notes around my computer with keyboard shortcuts that I'm trying to get to know better. And lots of times I just still go to an app or, move my mouse or drag my mouse to something because it's hard to remember all the keyboard shortcuts. You click New, and you select the type of snip you want, and the image opens in Snip and Sketch, where you can annotate it, edit, and save it if you want to. That's the advantage of Snip and Sketch as opposed to just the snipping tool, because you've got a little more ability to do some editing on it if you want to. We'll take a look at the Snip and Sketch tool. It's actually an application you can find in your Windows 11 search bar, and you can put it in the taskbar if you want to. That's what I did to accomplish that. The Edge browser has a web page capture tool that you can use, and in the three-dot menu in the upper right corner, that those three dots always means more, you can select web capture, and you can choose capture an area web page or capture the full web page. And then the captured image, and you can annotate and copy it, and again, paste it into another application. And that's generally what you do with Windows, is you would take that capture and paste it somewhere else. Word and PowerPoint have capture tools that are really great. Lots of times you're working in Word or you're working in PowerPoint and you're building a document or you're creating screen captures, and they give you the ability to just place your cursor in the document and then click on the insert and select screenshot, and you can select the area you want to capture, and the image is directly inserted into your document. So if you're using the print screen tool and you're going to paste it into Word, you could just have Word open and you could use the insert tool in Word, and it'll automatically insert a screen capture into your document. And PowerPoint has one additional feature. It lets you capture a screen recording that you can insert into a PowerPoint, and it'll put it directly into a PowerPoint slide for you right away. So these are a lot of options that are available, and there's one more that's available. It's called the Xbox Game Bar, and it's not used very often by non-gamers, but gamers like to capture recordings of their gameplay and share them with other gamers. And the Windows plus G key opens up the Xbox Game Bar, and then you can select a box to enable the feature. You have a number of different widgets. You can start recording, and it'll actually record audio. So it's really designed for capturing a video recording of what's going on your screen, which is what happens in gaming for a lot of people. And the recording's automatically saved in the videos library of your folder, your file folder. Yeah, EG, you have your hand up.
I do. Would you be able to use that? Let's say you're on a Zoom or something like that, to use that command to record a Zoom?
It'll record your screen, right? And so you should be able to use that command. It's going to capture whatever is on your screen. It'll capture the entire screen, I believe. So I don't know if you have the ability to adjust the area that it captures, but the Snip and Sketch tool also has a video recording option also.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, no problem. Okay. Let me stop sharing here for a second. Let me get a few windows organized, and we'll take a look at some of these tools and see if we can understand them a little bit better. Okay. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is share my screen, and I am using Windows 11 on a Mac. Not everybody does this, but it saved me having to buy two computers. Macs have a capability through a software called Parallels that lets you run a complete Windows computer on your Mac computer at the same time. It's called a virtual machine, but it's basically done with Parallels and gives me the ability to show you everything. So what you're seeing up in this top bar where it says Windows 11, you normally wouldn't see that on a Windows PC piece of hardware. But because I'm running it as a virtual machine, that's something we see here. So if I wanted to look at taking this, picture, and I want to take a screenshot, I can take a snapshot of this, and I can use this to take a print screen, and it's taken a print screen. You don't really see much of what's happened. But if I go to open up a tool like Paint, let's see, I should have Paint open here. Let me find it here, and I'll go to Paint. And if I open up Paint, and if I'm lucky, I can paste that screen capture into Paint or anywhere else. I could paste it into Word. I could paste it into PowerPoint. I could paste it into an email. Typically, it's just on my clipboard, and it gets pasted in there when I use that, print screen button. So it's one of the easiest ways to do a print screen. Okay, so I don't particularly care about saving this, but if I wanted to, I could click File and Save, and I could, use it as a image file if I wanted to. I have annotation tools in Paint as well. So there's lots of things that I can do with it in Paint if I'm interested in doing it. I'm not going to save it. I'm just going to close Paint and click on Don't Save. Okay, so that's one way to do things. Another way to do things is to use the Alt Print Screen key, and that gives me the ability to adjust areas and do different things. But I like to use the snipping tool. The snipping tool is something you can find by typing in snipping, and if you just type SN in the search box, it'll bring up the snipping tool, and it brings up a quick shortcuts. You can take a new screenshot right away. You don't have to do anything more. You could take a screenshot in 3, 5, or 10 seconds. Now, why would you want a delayed screenshot? Well, if you go and look at a lot of websites and applications and other things, lots of times you'll scroll over a menu and the menu will drop down. But if you move your mouse off that menu, it doesn't work. You don't see what the drop-down list is. So using a delayed screenshot gives you the ability to capture something like a drop-down menu that you might not normally be able to capture. So that's a really handy tool. So you can open the app, or you can also pin it to your taskbar. I've done that, which is why you don't see the option. And if I click on Take a New Screenshot, it brings up a little bit different options here. This is a camera. This is a video recorder that gives me the ability to record. And this is a little option that gives me the ability to choose a rectangle, a window, a full screen, or freeform. Freeform gives me the ability to do some things. I can take a capture like that, and it's already done this capture to copied it to the clipboard and saved it. So it brings up this menu here, and I can bring up my capture in the snipping tool, and I have the ability to mark it up and annotate it if I want to. So I can use pens to modify it. I can use other tools to change and modify and apply shapes to it, outline and edit it. So it's got some editing tools as well, and I can save it as a file just by itself or copy and paste it if I want to. Yes, Joe. Go ahead and unmute, Joe.
You mentioned the freeform,
Yes.
and when you clicked on it, you got a kind of rectangular shape.
Yeah.
I thought it was a freeform where you could draw, a rough circle or outline something or what have you.
It should be, and I'm not sure why mine is not working that way, to be honest.
Because
Okay.
now I'm using Windows 10. I'm just curious if that's something that they changed from 10 to 11, and it's coming out as a rectangle.
I don't know. I mean, the free form is supposed to give you the ability to draw around an area. I mean, the rectangle, the window, the full screen. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, because the full screen looks like a lasso. That's how
Right,
we
right.
learned
It's
it a
a
long
lasso.
time ago.
Yep, it should. But we'll try it out and let us know in chat, okay?
Okay, will do.
Okay. Yeah, Carol.
So is this the thing when I'm like in Windows 10 or 11, I go Shift Control S as the shortcut, the Windows?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
when you do Shift Control S, you will launch the snipping tool. Barb, thank you, Barb in chat. Barb has said freeform worked for me. So it must be something with my mouse and keyboard combination or something that's not working on freeform. Thank you, Barb, for checking. Appreciate it.
And can I ask, do they have that lasso tool where you can put it around like a cat and get the whole cat and not a square?
Well, you have to draw with your mouse. It's not going to automatically pick the edges of the cat, but you have to draw it. But you can actually do that and draw around an area. So if I just wanted to take a draw around this laptop or draw around the security symbol, freeform should give me the ability to do that. But for some reason on my mouse, it's not doing it. I wonder if I try it with a different mouse function, if it'll do it. Sometimes it might, but you never know. So it's on lasso here, and no, it's not giving me freeform tool to be able to do it. Okay, so it's just something could be because I'm on a virtual machine, not on a physical, Windows machine. You've also got the ability to go to the timer here. So if I take like a 5-second delay and I go up to Windows and I drop down a menu, it'll take a screenshot in with that delay. It gives me the ability to get that screenshot taken without having to worry about going. Because if I move my mouse off of this, that drop down menu might not stay there. And so that's why a delay is really handy if you want to do it. Okay. And you've also got some ability to do some snips here. Snips give you the ability to capture some things if you want to and highlight them. It gives you a lot of capabilities. Anytime you want to do something new, you can capture those types of things if you're interested. So great little tool, handy. When you use the snip and sketch tool, it brings it into a little window and you can edit and annotate it. But not usually people want to do something with their screen capture. So I have Windows here. I have a new document open and I have it on the home menu. But if I go to the insert menu, there's a lot of things you can insert. But one of the things you can insert is called screenshot. Oh, thanks, Joe. Joe posted a screenshot for us in chat. Okay, so if I go to the insert menu on Word and go to screenshot, I can take a screenshot of any open window on my desktop. Now, this is my desktop, and I have the Surface laptop information from Microsoft open. So that's my open window. Okay, so if I do a screenshot, it shows me this, and I can just click on this, and it automatically inserts it into my Word document right away. So if what you're doing is taking screenshots and pasting them into Word, this is a really huge shortcut for you because you can basically go in and say, well, that's a nice screenshot. I want to do, now I want to go to the next thing about Windows here. I want to take a look at this build my bundle here deal and take a look at that one. And I'm going to go to Word and do a insert and screenshot of that active window. And now I've got 2 screenshots automatically inserted. Yes, Linda, you have your hand up. Thank you.
Yes. One of the main things I would use a screenshot for is I oftentimes watch PowerPoint presentations and then they're gone and they don't give you a copy of it. And I so often wished I could just take a screenshot of the presentation as it goes along. But if I use what you had just showed with Word, I would then be able to put all those screenshots into one Word document. Am I right?
They're all they're in your Word document right away. Yes.
So that would be what I would want to be able to do.
Yeah, it makes it faster, because obviously whatever is showing up on the screen. So say you're watching a Zoom presentation or something like that, and that's the window that you have up here. You just go to Word and you do insert a screenshot, and it's going to show you the active window here it's going to show more windows. If you have more than one window open on your desktop, it'll give you an option, but you basically can just click that and it automatically puts it into Word. You can go back to watching the Zoom, and then when the next slide comes up, you can capture them really fast. So some people do that. Some people prefer doing the keyboard shortcut but it's going to save it to the clipboard. And the standard setting on the clipboard only saves the most recent screenshot. I'm going to show you something because Carl had mentioned that one of people and one of his other tech friends mentioned that he saves a whole bunch of screenshots and then just chooses the one he wants to use. But there's a setting you have to change in Windows in order to make that happen. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. But yeah, Word does this. PowerPoint does it as well. So if I go to PowerPoint and I look at insert, PowerPoint has a screenshot here. So I can click on this and put a screenshot in here. And then I can go to another slide and do it. But a Word document will automatically roll things down. With this, you've got to add, another PowerPoint slide. However,
Bob?
Yes.
Bob, would a screen recording be a better option for her?
Well, you've got the whole video so that if it's just a static slide, you have a video that's going to take up the amount of time somebody's talking about the slide like I am right now. Nothing's changing on the screen. So do you really want that, or do you just really want a screenshot of the text that's on there that you want to capture?
Good point.
It's just a matter of it's going to be a bigger file, but I'm going to show a video in just a minute because that sometimes you do want the video because if somebody is showing you motion or other things, they're not recording, this and not making the recording available. I mean, I make all my tech topic recordings available, but you're right, you see it, you'll be in a lot of presentations where they say they're recording, but sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, and other things that happen. But screenshots are great for capturing just a slide with text on it and things like that. A recording's going to be a little bit longer because you can do a screen recording on PowerPoint. And so if you want to record a screen here, you can do a screen recording and I can select an area. And then I know I've got some questions here. So I'm going to select this area that I'm going to do. And I'm going to start recording this by clicking the record button, and it's going to go 3, 2, 1. And now if I say, well, if you click on this menu, you get these options. You can go to 2-in-1, laptops all in one. You can go to computers for business. You can go to more and get accessories information, other things like that. And then you can end your recording when you want to, and then stop it in PowerPoint, and it'll stop the recording, okay, and put it in to your tool. I just clicked on record option. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we have a couple of questions here, okay? All right, go ahead. Carol, you've got your hand up.
Yes. So what I do is I use LibreOffice and I have 4 pages of just tiny little squares, one after the other, that's already been put in there. So when everything that Bob has done, I have screenshot with my Shift Apple's S. I paste it in the square, type my little notes, and I go on. So by the end of the day, I'll have almost everything he's put on the screen.
Yep, and that's something you can do as well. Okay, so let's pause and we will save this recording. That's what I wanted to do. So now I've got a recording of what I've done with the audio as well in PowerPoint. So you can see all the cursor movement and other things that are possible to do with PowerPoint. So you can actually do a step-by-step and how-to by using this screen recorder in PowerPoint. And I apologize, I forgot how to stop a recording in PowerPoint, so I got a little bit off the track there. But this is actually a video that can be pasted into any PowerPoint that you want to, because PowerPoints will play embedded videos. Yeah, Joe, sorry to keep you waiting. Go ahead.
No problem. You were talking about, people are talking about getting the PowerPoint screen. And you can certainly do it with the Windows key or Windows key Shift S,
Right.
and like that. But there's even a shorter way to get the screenshot real quick with the Windows key and the print screen key. That'll do the same thing. I didn't hear you mention that. Maybe I missed it.
Oh, no,
but if you press the Windows key and the print screen, you'll get the current screen that's up there.
Just the window, right?
Yeah, just that window, yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to show you something in settings that I discovered, okay? Settings is something that's built into Windows. And in settings, if you go to System and you go to something called Clipboard, you do not have a clipboard history turned on automatically in Windows. You have to manually turn that on. But when you want to save multiple items to your dashboard, and here you go, Joe, you can press the Windows logo key and V to view your clipboard history and paste from it.
Yeah.
So what that means is that if I click this, now it won't just be the current screen capture that I'm keeping in my clipboard. I will be able to capture multiple screen captures. And then when I want to paste them all into a Word document or something else, I can just choose the ones that I want to paste. So let's see if we can try this out. Let me go to capture I'm not sure if this is going to work or not because I haven't tried it. I'm going to do a print screen once here. I'm going to change to bobology.com and I'm going to do another print screen. And I'm going to go to Tech Explorer Community and I'm going to do another print screen. And now if I go, say, to a Word document here, and I want to scroll down here, I'll just save this Word document. If I do a Windows V, I have the ability to choose what I may want to paste, okay? And so I should be able to choose them, and I'm not sure why it's not letting me do it the way it's supposed to.
The clipboard didn't open, Bob. Your clipboard didn't open. It should have.
It should have opened up, yeah. So
Are you using Windows V?
Yeah, I'm using the Windows V key, right, which is what you're supposed to be able to do to choose.
I think you only have one, Bob. I think you only had one shot you captured.
Could be only one shot, but that's theoretically what it should do, is give you the ability to capture multiple screen captures in the settings, and be able to modify them whenever you want to be able to choose the ones you want to do from the settings app and be able to use it that way. I don't know if anybody's tried that, but it's something that
I have.
supposedly works in here. I haven't used it before myself because I will usually do screen captures and like Word or PowerPoint and do it.
I just did it and all the ones I just copied came up. So yeah.
Okay, so it must just be something about my system that's not doing it right. Well, good to know. Thank you, Carol. Carl, yeah, your hand up.
Yeah, there's one more great thing here that you didn't mention. I think it exists. I'm not going to put all my money on it, but I might put some money on it. And that is that if you do a combination with a print screen, and I'm not sure if it's the one Joe mentioned, the logo, the Windows logo, it also saves it automatically to a
Yeah.
folder called pictures/screenshots. So you got them all there. You're backed up. You got them all there. You can go back and say, what did I do yesterday? And you'll see your 30 screenshots from yesterday in pictures/screenshots.
In pictures, it saves it to pictures. Yes, you're right. There is an option
Yeah.
Screenshots.
that does
Yep,
save it
that's
to
what it
pictures
does.
with the Windows key and screen and print screen. I think is
I
that the
think
right
so.
combination?
Yeah, that's it. That'll do it.
Windows and print screen will save it to pictures. Yeah.
It's your Zoom. Yeah.
Yep. So these are just a variety of different options that are available for you for saving, things. And a lot of people want to do, print screen if you're just doing one, but if you're trying to keep up and capture them, there's a lot of ways to save them. And, putting it into a Word document, organizing them is nice to do because it gives you everything in one document. Say if you're looking and you can save the entire, set of screenshots there. Just having them in individual pictures is okay, but if you might have to organize them into a folder. But if you're trying to capture a sequence of events, something like Word might be more effective. PowerPoint, probably better for people that might be actually preparing a presentation or doing something, but rather than going outside of PowerPoint to take a screenshot, you can actually just do the screenshot within PowerPoint and even record a video within PowerPoint also. So those are some of the options that are available. I see some people have tried some things out. Joe's tried some. Freeform. Okay, Joe said you use Freeform, not a lot of selection in Freeform, you said? Go ahead and unmute.
It could just be because I've got a lot of windows open underneath this, but I get kind of a delayed reaction type of thing from my mouse to the highlighting. But
Sure.
I did get some kind of lasso type stuff. It's kind of awkward, but I wanted to show the various shapes.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I put in the chat.
So, I mean, depending on your computer, you might have, you should have the ability to do all of these with Windows. You can check your Windows 11, settings to see if you've got a clipboard history that you're saving or not. If you choose to do that, remember, once you turn on clipboard history, it'll start saving your clipboard history for everything you copy or cut and paste, into your clipboard, not just images on screenshots, any text that you work with, which can be convenient for things. I mean, sometimes just having that one last thing you did a clipboard on may or may not be useful, but having a little bit of history might be helpful too.
But that does have a limit as far as quantity is concerned, because if you have, lots of photographs, you're only going to get 3 or 4. If you have just text, you'll get 10 or 12.
Right. There's probably a default limit on how many things it saves to the clipboard.
The size, yeah.
The history, right. And I like using the, insert screenshot in Word because it just makes a nice sequence of activity. If I'm doing a presentation or a screen capture for something, I'll do something in PowerPoint or another tool I use called, Snagit that I tend to use on my Mac a lot. Yeah, Carl, go ahead.
Okay, so let's say you're in Edge and you got 5 windows open, and you got 5 great windows open, and now you got Word, a Word document. You just brought up Word document. It's an empty Word document. You got 5 great tabs open in Edge. Okay. Are you telling me that you can go to every one of those tabs and use insert screenshot and put it into a separate page in Word?
Yeah, okay. So I've got 3 tabs open, three great tabs, right? Bobology.com, Tech Explorer Community, and Microsoft Surface Laptop. So I'm
Right.
going to go to Word, and I'm going to go to File, New Document, Blank Document, okay? So I can go to Insert, and I can go to Screenshot, and it'll show me that I've got some available windows here that I can use. So I'm going to take this window and paste it in. Okay, so this was actually a screenshot that I took that's in my clipboard. So I'm actually going to delete that. I'm going to go to Insert and Screenshot, and here's my screenshot of this tab. Okay, next I want to go to a different tab in, oh, there it is there. Okay, so next I want to go to Tech Explorer Community. So I go to different tab. I've actually got 2 documents open here. So let me go to this one. And now I want to go to Insert, and I want to go to Screenshot, and it shows me that tab and inserted that one. Now I want to go to the last tab, Bobology. I'll go to Word, and I'll go to Insert, Screenshot, and there's that tab.
That's the ones that are open. Okay, got it. You open each one of the 3, and it does one at a time. Great.
Right. It's going to take the current tab you have open. Right.
Wow. Never knew that.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you got Word, it's great. Now, here's these 3 dots in Edge. So if you click on Edge and you go to Screenshot, it's going to let you either capture the full page or the area right from Edge. So if you click on Capture Full Page, it's created a screenshot, and I have to do something with this. I can save it, or I can copy and paste it into something. And I can draw on it as well if I want to. I have some annotation tools. But if your goal is to create a document of some kind that you might be wanting to explore or work with, using the Word tool, as you see, can be really convenient, because you can it's just going to create a new page for every screenshot you've got. And if you want to organize a series of screenshots as a document, it makes it really, really easy. You don't have to worry about organizing the files and finding the pictures and putting them into folders. And if you're going to probably copy and paste them into a document anyway, it's a shortcut. It creates a real fast way of doing it. But yeah, whatever tabs you open, and even if we wanted to do something else, we could open up another tab here. Let's open up Settings. Okay. So if I wanted to show people settings here and I wanted to take a screenshot of that, I can go to Word. And if I open up my document, I'm going to scroll to the bottom here, and I do Insert, Screenshot. It shows me the 2 open windows I have open on my desktop. So I choose the settings, it just pastes the setting information right in there, that active window. So it just depends on what window you have open. If I wanted to go to Amazon, I can go to Amazon and another tab, and I can, type in, and go to Amazon, and I can find things that I might want to paste in there. So it's a great way, because what we generally will do is, if you just have a bunch of screenshots that you've saved as files, you may or may not know what you've got in those image files and where they're located. So by using something like Word's Insert Screenshot, you've got things that are kind of contained in a document. And the nice thing about it is you can say, oh, I saved this to show how to change clipboard settings, right? And you can annotate, your screenshot in the Word document and just add text to it, whatever you might want to do. And it's also easy to save it and edit it and modify it if you want to. Yeah, Carol.
This last thing you did was like magic. Does this work also with the Word thingy in the cloud, that 360 cloud Word that you don't pay for?
I don't know. Let's see if I can get I have 365. So even if I launch Office in Edge, it's going to launch the 365. So I give it a try and see if it lets you do it. It probably will, but I just don't know for sure. It's not using anything additional. It's just an insert tool that's available that I think you can probably use. Now, I don't know whether or not it has to be Word installed on your PC because it's taking a screenshot of your desktop. I don't know if it'll take a screenshot of Windows on your desktop if you're using the web version. So I can't answer that question for you. You'll have to try it out and let us know, okay?
How about the notepad?
I'm sorry?
Can I use a notepad to do this?
Notepad? I don't know. Well, OneNote will do it. So with OneNote, you can open up OneNote, and OneNote may have a screenshot available. I'm not positive. Carol, do you use OneNote?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, let's see. If I'm on OneNote here, so if I look at OneNote and I look for insert, it doesn't look like I have the ability to insert a screenshot function. Let's see if there's a screenshot. Okay, yeah, here's it. I can do a screen clipping. Yeah. So I can do it in OneNote as well. And OneNote's free for everything. And you can even record, looks like a video, you can record a video in OneNote as well. So if I do the screen clipping, it's going to let me choose an area here that I want to do a screen clip, and it inserts it into my note for me in OneNote. So, and a lot of different tools that are available. It's just a matter of choosing which one you're most comfortable with and which one you want to use most frequently.